Mother Earth, will you blow it all away? I hate this world, it makes me sick. It's shameless vanity. Now I can say, we're an anomaly of history. And I open my eyes to the truth before me. What is this shit? What is this shit? What is that? 24 hours till Judgment Day. It's been a long time coming. 24 hours till we all go away. It's been a long time coming. Now we're all out of love and we're all out of hate. What a wonderful, what a great man did say. 24 hours and we're on our way. It's been a long time coming. Mother, can you hear me? Mother, what you gonna do? If I ask nice, will you rescue me? Now you can say, now you can say, now you can say. We're all done, it's hard to believe that you open your eyes to the truth in front of you. What is this shit? What is this shit? What is that? 24 hours till Judgment Day. It's been a long time coming. 24 hours till we all go away. It's been a long time coming. Now we're all out of love and we're all out of hate. What a wonderful, what a great man did say. 24 hours and we're on our way. It's been a long time coming. You killed us with your corporate greed. Your fashion finance, plant your seed. You dumb us down and take our souls. Yeah, there's nothing left to hold.
Well, hey there, slot car adventurers. Good to see you prepped well and survived the apocalypse. You've made it back here. Welcome back to Hughes Garage. This week for the finale, we're going to create something pretty special. I've been looking forward to this one for quite a few weeks. Let me show you. So, with a new Mad Max film on the way, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, and I'll leave a link to that trailer that has just been released. As a tribute to the Mad Max Saga overall, because myself, like most of you, grew up with those awesome Mad Max and Road Warrior films. They certainly left a lasting impression. But given that I've named this curve in this section of the layout the toe cutter after that character in the first Mad Max film, I then came up with an idea, well, what would be really cool with a new movie on the way? And that the idea would be on this race course, they've constructed a sort of a promotional display, if you like, a diorama promoting the new movie, or in this case it'll be promoting the whole Mad Max saga in general. So I've got a whole bunch of goodies that I've had on order over the last few weeks. I was worried that some of it wouldn't arrive in time. Thankfully, the last of it arrived yesterday, so we're good to go. A lot of work to do, and I've got 6 days to get it done before this episode is due to be uploaded. So let's see if we can do it. I think we can, but this is the location. There's going to be the Mad Max cars on display. There's going to be all sorts of scenery around them depicting a kind of a Mad Max-esque kind of location. I'm going to put a lot of desert type grass in there. We're not going to have vibrant green bushes or anything. That's going. Going to work on this scene. I don't have it fully planned out. I've got a rough idea of what to do, but we'll be sort of winging it. We'll be improvising as we go, and that'll make it quite exciting. And then I got no idea what it's going to end up looking like, so we'll all experience it together, eh? But it should be a lot of fun. And when we finished, I have got a fantastic slot car layout to show you on the final subscriber spotlight for the season. And definitely hang around to see that one. The guys did some great work. But anyway, let's get into this Mad Max scene on this episode that I've been calling Post-Apocalypse. Okay, so let's have a look at all the goodies I've got set up here for use during this project. First up, we've got some woodland scenics materials. We've got some of the grey blend medium ballast left over. I've got some leftover fine turf, quite a bit actually. I'm going to use a little bit of that to sprinkle in here and there with this new one that's yellow grass, coarse turf from Woodland Scenics. I'm trying to get a sort of a dead desert kind of look. I've got some trees I've used previously. We might use some of these. This is new. It's called Dead Grass. Found it on eBay. Yeah, it looks suspicious. The people at Australia Post certainly thought so, because when this arrived, they had definitely opened and inspected the package. They just didn't bother doing it up properly. It was actually wide open. Can you believe? Or maybe the postie was hopeful. What's in here? So this we're going to use for little bushes and shrubs and things like that. I'm going to apply a little bit maybe to the cars as we weather them, etc. I got myself a nice bulk 1 litre PVA glue. Excellent way to get this stuff. I go through this so quickly. I am going to repurpose this water tower, hopefully weather it up a little bit. So again, I'm thinking I will. Nothing set in concrete at this stage. I've got this another mobile phone holder frame assembly from Dave Volk, a 3D printed standalone jumbotron, if you like. That's going to be cool. Got some crowd control barriers from Magnetic Racing. Also from Magnetic Racing, these are very important. I've got some car display ramps. Definitely got to do those. And these aren't going to be so colourful as the other ones I've done. These are going to be very sort of kind of grungy, rusted out. I've got these signs which I'm either going to reuse, repurpose, or make ones just like them. I've got some new images to go on. I don't know, we'll see how it comes together. I've got the 2 Scalextric cars, of course. They are going to be on display. Off of eBay from the UK, I managed to score a little Mad Max figure. Bloody brilliant, actually. From Magnetic Racing, they threw this little dog in, a couple of dogs. He starred in the last Where's Betty installment, by the way. I'm going to paint this guy up to sort of resemble a blue heeler. I think he'll pass. I've got some barrels, again, from Dave Volk. They'll be all rusted and grunged up, as well as some witches' hats. I've got some orange paint for those. I've got some photographer figures from Magnetic Racing, but I've also got these from Wasp Slot off of eBay. 3 male and 3 female photographers. I'll choose the best ones that suit the scene the most, and they'll factor into it somehow. I got this awesome Greenlight Hollywood 1/24 scale V8 Interceptor. I may or may not use that. I'm thinking it probably won't fit, but isn't that nice? And these, I got 2 of these. These are I don't even know what model car it is, but it's the Fast and Furious vehicle. Now, I got two because I'm going to keep one in pristine condition, and the other one we're going to totally destroy. It's got to resemble a burnt out, rusted old wreck, like on the side of the road. It'll be sitting behind the other two cars with bushes growing out of it, etc. We're going to do everything to this thing, probably even blow it up. We're definitely going to set it on fire. I don't know, we'll have fun with it. But yeah, I got two because I thought, I like that. I better get a second one to keep nicely. Yeah, I'm all stocked up with paint. Check out that, hey? Love this paint rack. Love the doobie holders. I'm just using it for holding brushes at the moment. But yeah, that's very convenient doobie holders. They think of everything, don't they? More brushes, a couple of packs of Chewits to get me through. Awesome. I've even got a coffee mug. I'll have some strong coffee. And I've even got a magnetic racing phone holder so I can have some entertainment in the background as we do this. And one more thing, this is an option also from Magnetic Racing, another flood tower. This is the eight light one. This is the big kahuna. So I might be featuring this in there as well. So we'll see how it pans out. So heaps of stuff to get cracking on, lots of things. I'm making this up as I go. I've got a rough idea of what I'm trying to create, but you know as much as I do now. What happens next? Who knows? That's what's going to be so much fun about this. We'll just try and create an awesome little scene and just see what we end up with, eh? Let's get cracking. Okay, so there they are. Now the trick is we're going to grab some colours and try to get a rust effect here. And here are the candidates: Tinny Tin, Hammered Copper, Parasite Brown and Bright Bronze. We'll experiment with some of these and see what we can come up with. But before we start, we're going to need just the right kind of utensil to apply this stuff. And here is my weapon of choice, my dabbity dab 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 brush. Should do a good job. So far so good. Stage one looking good. I'm also going to add some black into the equation. But next up, I'm going to try some hammered copper. Oh, that's looking like something out of the Terminator. Fantastic, hammered copper. So once again, I'm just going to dab this around at random. It's more of a sort of a mid-tone type thing. I'm going to use this stuff, Bright Bronze, as a highlight. Not a lot. I don't know if I'll use Parasite Brown, maybe not, but the final touch will be getting a brush and painting some black in the little nooks and crannies. So it's like all the gunk that accumulates over time. But this is just simulating wear and tear and general decay of a metal thing that's out there. I'm just going to place this at random as such. Oh, I'm liking that. That looks terrific. I might have gone a bit over the top there. This is not as watery as the other one. That's interesting. So that won't even be seen. But That looks fantastic, actually. Can't wait for that to dry. So, just some little highlights here, like so. And for someone who has no idea what he's doing, because I'm definitely not skilled in this sort of thing, I'm actually quite chuffed. That's really the picture I had in my mind. It's already starting to resemble. So that's cool. That's a good idea. Back there, like a little bit like so. All right, down the treads. Man, that's really cool. And once I add the little highlights to that, it should really start to take shape. Can't wait to see it with a little gunk in the corners. So did I get the other side of that? Yeah, I did. Well, that was quick. Wow, is there anything else I can... Oh, okay. Let's take the opportunity while that's drying to gunk this guy up. So I'm thinking, let's just try on the roof here. That's an improvement already. And then down the legs there. This will give it a bit of shine at least. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my god, who'd have thought this could be so much fun? Oh, that's going to have to be glued back on. Yeah, see, it was a plastic model. This is from my model railway collection. That could be a whole other YouTube channel, you know, but I just don't have the space to set it up all the time to do it. But we've got huge plastic tubs full of railway. It's only Barkman railway, like it's not Hornby or Lima or anything like that. But one huge storage case. There's so many buildings, model railway buildings of all sorts, and this is an example. Just add a little bit around here. Now, will I gunk that up? I'm thinking like so. Something like that. Just turn it to shit. That's terrific. Look at that. Very nice. Okay. And yeah, is there anything else we could use this on? I suppose I could gunk these up. No, these aren't. These are the barriers for the people to keep out of the display. So this wouldn't be gunked up. They've just wheeled out their standard people control part. What is it? Crowd control barriers. So they wouldn't be gunked up. You'll have the photographer standing at this side. So we'll leave them clean. I'm going to spray paint this. I need to gunk these up, but first. Should we do that now? I don't know. I suppose I could. All right, well, I might gunk these up, start gunking these up, and see how we go. Okay, so that's fantastic. No wastage here with the paint. I've given the barrels their first sort of coat. And once we add those highlight colours over the top, yeah, and some of the black grungy gunk on the corners and that, they should look really, really cool. This thing looks 1,000,000% better already, although I've done my best to just, it's just applying crap here and there, but it's working quite well. Next. Okay, I'm going to do some watered down highlights using this bright bronze. See what kind of effect we'll get out of that. Now this has been wet. Dip this in water. I'm going to just water this down a little bit. Let's see what happens. Just to give a different extra dimension to the colours that we've already added, and that's just brush it through. That's doing the trick. Random, a little bit more. Some down there, good. Spin him around. Down the back. Trying to do this one-handed. Nice. Yes, I'm liking that effect. That's terrific. That's exactly what I was after. Because out in the bright Aussie sun, you are going to see shiny highlights, even in a rusted structure like this. I think that's really doing the trick. So by the time we add some black gunk here and there, it's a done deal. Wow, that's terrific. I'm really, really pleased with how that's come out. Next, okay, over to you. Okay, now with these barrels, I'm just rolling them back and forth while dabbing. So we're just trying to get a non-even finish, which seems to be working nicely. See that? So out in the desert, it's been rained on a little bit, and of course we'll be adding some black gunk to this, and who knows what. But I think they're looking pretty convincing. Like, look at that. That's the whole lot coming together so far. And as for the green base of this water tank, that's gonna be covered in some of this coarse desert yellow turf and a whole bunch of this dead grass stuff. So you can see where I'm heading. This is looking pretty nifty, pretty good. A few more dabbity dabs. I've got to say, these paints are fantastic. And using this guy was a perfect idea. I'm very pleased. I wondered, these work great on my Mountains of Doom mural on the back wall, and I thought, I bet they'll work great for this sort of thing. And that seems to be the case. Like, this has exceeded my expectations by far. I'm very happy. Very happy. So, just get some of that on the tops of these barrels. So that's that. I'll put a bit more of that on top. Smudge, maybe a bit more on the side there. And I've done the railing. Very cool. Alright, so that leaves, I won't use, there's a bit of gunmetal. No. Charred brown, that might try some charred brown before we do the black, but these two I'll put away. Excellent so far. Okay, I've done a little squirt of this charred brown. I'm going to let it mix with what's already on this brush, foam brush. Let's see what sort of effect we can get. Oh my god, that's terrific. And down the sides of these barrels maybe. Oh yeah, that's nice. Look at that. I was just experimenting, so I'm going to get some more on my little palette here and go to town with this, because that's exactly what it needed. Brilliant. Give me a second. Okay, these are just looking magnificent, and so are these, with a few little dabbity dab touches. It's sort of like a wash sort of effect. I think we'll concentrate this on this corner. Some sort of gooey mass is dribbled all down there. That's the idea. But just look at how they've turned out. That's really looking the business. I'm so pleased. Yeah, that's terrific. I might even need to add some of those black gunk sort of effects. This is terrific. All right, well, that is super successful. Okay, so by the end of that is looking pretty damn convincing. That's looking exactly what we're after. And this is just the beginning. So let's press on. Okay, let's see what Dave has given us here. So these are the pieces. This is a standalone one. Obviously that's the main holder. That's the fascia, or the bezel, the front bezel that goes over the top. Now, what has he got here? Is that some sort of base for that? It's about the same size, I'm assuming. Is that the idea, Dave? Is that what I do? Not sure about that. I think it is, because that's rounded in the middle, so I assume that gets glued to that. That's standing up like so. That's how I'm going to do it. Whether it's right or wrong, I guess that's the way it goes. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to take all these bits out and paint them. I think I'll do the same as these things. I'll start off with some of the silver paint, spray paint. I won't give them a light misting like this one. I'll make these more complete, but then we'll grunge them up a bit with much the same colour. So I'll leave these all out, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But boy, they're looking great. This has got to kind of match it. It's not nearly as bad. You'll assume that this has been installed later on after these have been there for ages. But yeah, we want a hint of that on this as well. This is going to look so good. Okay, these are looking really good now. I think they're just about done. Very grungy, very overdone, very Mad Max. Salty is certainly not my middle name, but I think these colours, this grunge, this filth is absolutely perfect for where we're heading. Love the way the water tower has turned out. The idea is that it used to be a water tower, but now they've been storing oil in it, and it's leaking. So there you go. The last few litres of oil in existence. And yeah, it looks like people have been raiding it. So here's the next item. I've given it its basic paint job, basic base coat if you want to call it. And I've gone with the galvanized silver look. Here's the faceplate. Now, what I'm thinking is I'm going to grunge up this post. This will be actually behind all this somehow, like so. And then the Jumbotron, the screen will be on there. So this can be all grunged up, but in a different way. I'm thinking of trying this, not the charred brown, where is it? This gunmetal. That sounds pretty appealing. Try a bit of that. And then maybe some highlights with this bright bronze or this hammered copper. These are really good. I like the effect that's arrived on here. Oh, that looks filthy and rusty and grungy. That's real Mad Max. I like that. And I think this thing we're just going to leave nice and silver. That'll be over the top. But the fascia, I'm going to absolutely grunge up. And maybe this thing too a little bit, we'll see. But let's have a go with this gunmetal and see what happens. And there I am ripping through another packet of Chewits. So yes, here we are. It's had its base coat. Now I've added some grungy filth and gunk. I used that gunmetal, was it gunmetal grey, just to wipe on with that sponge brush. I think it's working great. I don't think I'm going to add any rust to this because it's a more recent addition to the installation than these guys. Gosh, look at those. Also took the opportunity to grunge up the back of this sign, which I've got another poster printed out ready to be stuck on there, glued over the top of that one. That's going to be cool. I may be adding one on this one. And don't worry, I've got plenty of these Red Bull, Ride the Big Red Bull things printed and put away. More than enough. So I'm right on track with all that stuff. And yeah, this piece will just fit over the top, and I'm going to leave this in pristine condition, I think. That'll give a nice contrast. Yeah, I think we'll see. I am absolutely wrapped with how these are looking so far. Of course, I've used this car as inspiration, and we don't want it all to blend in with each other and look the same. I think there's lots of different textures and colours and combinations there, but it's looking rusty and grungy and filthy and poopy. Now, keep in mind that all of that is going to be sitting on top of this coarse turf, this yellow grass, with a bit of ballast blended in with it and some fine turf sprinkled here and there. So the idea is there's a couple of little green tufts here and there desperately trying to grow. Not a lot. Maybe some of these trees, they look half dead. I'm not sure if we'll use them. Definitely going to have plenty of this springing up everywhere. I'm going to have this planted amongst these ramps around the side. There'll be these tufts growing up. It'll all start to make sense once it's all combined. I think at this point, I don't think we can lose. I think this is going to look fantastic. It's all looking great just sitting on the tinker table here. I still got to paint these guys. Still got to paint our little fake blue healer. It looks like a Rottweiler. Rottweiler blue healer. Yeah, but this is going to be the trick. Demolishing this car, and yes. I wonder if we put it in the oven for 20 minutes at 230 degrees, what would happen? Probably all the plastic would melt. The car itself, the body is metal, but that's plastic. The engine will melt. That won't look right, will it? So no, let's not do that. Let's have a chew it. And yeah, I'll think about what the next step is. Maybe we need to build the floodlight tower. Maybe that's the thing to do next. I'm just not sure if I'm actually going to use it. Like, if I do, I'm going to remove all this. So the light tower will be here, but there's a big building going here, the Dunlop control tower and walkway, and it's going to be an extended one. And then the other side will be, well, it'll be about here. And I was thinking that the light tower would be actually attached to it. I'm combining buildings, so it'll be like an integral part of that building. And it's an 8 light tower, which I think is perfect for this whole corner. If we look at this, I may or may not have these on this new light tower. It may not need them. It'll just be the main shaft. Actually, it's got these things that stick out the bottom, so I won't be able to literally attach it to the Dunlop building, but maybe it's right up close next to it. It'll definitely be towering over it. And I think the colour scheme, I don't think we should grunge it up like these things, because you're going to have your display here. This is part of the infrastructure of the race course. There'll be those crowd control barriers here, yeah, so it should probably just be colours kind of like this, so it fits in with that. I think I'll use that as the inspiration for the colour scheme of the floodlight tower. I think that would be the go. We'll make them look like they're one and the same. At the same time, it's right next door to the Dunlop building, which has got yellow. A lot of yellow. So I'll have to think about that, but yeah, I think we'll build that. Oh gosh, I just made things all the more harder. Good thing it's a pretty straightforward kit to put together. But not today. I'm going to start that maybe tomorrow. For today, I'll just do some more finishing touches on these things. Maybe some brighter highlights here and there. I don't know. We'll just see. I'm waiting for this gunk to dry, and then I'm going to wipe some of it off with a bit of cotton wool, see what goes. But it's looking great. Very happy. All right, let's press on. And here we are. I've painted this base colour with the silver, and then I've given a sort of a brushed wash, if you like, of something called gunmetal. You'll see how it's all settled in the base there around the nuts and bolts, and I think that looks pretty cool without going over the top. I've done similar with the enclosure and the fascia, just messed it all up. And then for the little overlay, it's a contrast. So I've used some of those colours I've used on there just to sort of tie it in. But it's doing its own thing. And I've added these little weathering touches in the corners where the gunk has been caught. Put that on there. Oh. So yeah, I think that should look pretty cool. So I've found this piece that I'm going to use as a base for this, because if there's a phone sitting in it, it's going to topple over very easily. So we're going to glue the living crap out of it onto that base. That'll be very sturdy. Cover it with some of this stuff, or maybe some of this stuff, and glue the top on. So leave it with me. So I'm adding some of this black paint to the little bolts, nuts and bolts down here at the base of this post, just to give it that real grungy, gunky sort of look. All the crap has settled down there. I'm also going to add some of the desert grass to the base with a pinch of green here and there, just to get that started. It'll blend in once we put it in place on the scene. And there we have it. All these items are really beginning to look the part. Very Mad Max, very post-apocalypse. Nice. And just between you and me, I'm really starting to enjoy this process. I think this is going to look fantastic when it's all done. Just a feeling. What are you thinking? Okay, next it's time to construct our massive new 8-light flood tower. I'm definitely going to use this. I've figured out its position and how it will be integrated with future buildings. I've worked out a colour scheme, so let's get cracking on this monster. And I've got all the basic pieces painted. Ready for assembly. A few over here, that gives you an idea of the colour scheme. So let's start putting it together.
And it really doesn't take very long at all with this kit before it begins to take shape. Wow.
Man, this is quite a task with 8 light heads. It's taken a while and I'm starting to panic. I'm running out of time. The hours are flying by, but anyway, it's coming together. I think that looks really nice. Went with that kind of colour scheme, something a bit different. I'm actually going to weather this one, unlike the Red Bull version, which is bright and bold, but a lot of wires to install now, so I'll press on. Okay, it's a happening thing. Now I'm just doing a few little touches. I guess you call it weathering, my version of weathering at least. So just getting this in these little corners and the tops of those, and then I'm taking this and just fanning it like it's all coming down, dribbling. So that's looking quite good. That's about all it needs. So it turned out very good. I'm very pleased with this one. I am going to have billboards. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the front yet. One of them will have a movie poster or something on it relating to the display. But the other side, could be anybody's. Let's press on. And there it is, all complete. That was quite a task, but it's turned out fantastic. Very happy with that. I've done something different here. I've staggered the billboards, so instead of them being at the same level, I've put this one in the front down lower, mainly so I can show off my wonderful weathering on the back of these things. Now, this is the 8 light flood tower. Well, don't count those 2 in the background, but on the front, I've given that slot car guy a place in the action. Another Mad Max fan, I believe. I could be wrong. So this is looking absolutely superb. I'm very happy with this one. Turned out fantastic. I did all this little weathering, little brush strokes in the corners here, and it's really turned out well. Weathering on the back of the billboards there. Even up on the top you can see there's all watermarks and whatnot. So that one has turned out really, really good. It's got the promotional poster, or one of them. There's another one that'll be down in the exhibit itself. So now it's time to turn my attention to this thing. I've already taken it apart, which was damn easy. 2 screws, and that's exactly what I want. Don't know what I'll do with that. That looks kind of cool. And even though there's a $9 cheapie, look at the elaborate electronics in it. It's one of those ones you roll backwards and it takes off, makes noises. But this is what I want. And we're going to rough this thing up. It's going to be a wreck, sort of sitting behind everything, and it's going to have bushes growing out of it. But we've got to scrape it up and rust it and ding it and do all sorts of things. God, I kind of feel bad. We've got to do it. Well, we'll see. If I've got enough time, I might be running out of time, but even more important, I might be running out of space. So I'll leave this till last. Probably next I'll paint these figures, and I've already done the witch's hat. Don't know if I'm going to use the witch's hats. I'm not sure, but I've done them anyway. Nice orange. So yeah, I'll make up my mind what to do next, and I'll do it. Isn't that awesome? What another great flood tower. But 8 lights, oh my god, that's a beauty. And again, this is just running off the 9-volt battery temporarily just to test it, but this one's looking really, really nice.
Okay, it's Thursday afternoon. The weekend is rapidly approaching, and definitely I'm running out of time here. But there's not a lot to do. There's a few figures to paint, a dog to convert into a blue heeler. I'm going to turn my attention though to the car. Now, as you can see, it's already, work has begun. My darling wife sat down with some sandpaper and got started on this for me. So here's the one in pristine condition, and now here's this one, just with a little bit of sandpaper, going well. So now I have had discussions with Boone from Boone Slot Car Garage regarding how to approach this, and he's given me heaps of ideas. And dynamite may have been mentioned, yes. Yeah, but mainly Boone mainly suggested a heat gun. I don't have a heat gun. I haven't even started video editing yet, and I have run out of time. I think I might have run out of space as well, but I'm going to do this. The sandpapering has taken it already towards where I was picturing it. You know, it's got to be all rusty and everything. I'm going to turn to the paints and just hit it with some of those same colours that I did with the car display Duvalakis. But in typical Shaney style, this thing's been staring at me. In fact, it's been calling out to me, Shane, use me as well. Like, how cute is that? I'm thinking, I'm going to grunge that up as well. I'm not going to discard it. And this is cool. You press down and it starts up. I thought wouldn't it be so funny if we grunge it all up, and as a feature on the track, it still starts. Taking it one better, I thought, what if there's a little motion sensor that we could wire to this, and every time a slot car passes by, this thing just fires up. It is the Fast and Furious car, so it could be the ghost of Dom. Every time a car flies past, I will tend to go through batteries, I gather. But anyway, just some ideas. I'm not going to get that done for this, but I'm going to smother this in PVA glue and then throw a bunch of this in there and see if the thing then still starts. But I'm going to use it as a planter. I'm going to plant all that dead grass and whatever else, and I'm going to grunge this up first with some of the paints as well as this one. I'm not going to have time to take to this with anything extreme. I'm just going to have to do the best I can. I'm going to give myself an hour, and what I end up with is what I end up with. I'm going to give this 1 hour, and then I really need to get onto these figures, and then it's time to start installing it all. That is an adventure in itself. So here's the before shot, and here comes the after shot. And there we are. Yeah, still waiting for the glue to settle. But once the glue dries, I'll flip these upside down, shake off anything that's not glued down. But yeah, they look pretty good. I'm relatively happy. I'm a bit sad that I've run out of time and I couldn't quite take this as far as I wanted to, but look, I think once it's in place, it'll do the trick. Okay, at this point, I am absolutely going to have to start installing this installation. To kick off, I'm going to remove these shoulders. We're going to remove them from the equation, open this area up, give us more real estate to work with. Okay, that is done. I've had to put in some more manila folders, stuck them together. I've extended the white edge to this point here. Now, the reason why I stopped here is I want to take the track apart at this point and further down. I want to take this out as one piece. I've got to add some guardrail and also some electrical jumper, which I'm waiting to arrive. So this is my disconnection, my dismantling point A, and my other is point B on the other side of the wheel there. So Oh, I suppose I could continue on now that I've got a break in there. I can add some more of that. I might just pull this out and put the guardrail on. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, got that new Carrera guardrail on. Doesn't look too bad there. A bit of a casualty in the process. Yeah, nothing that a little glue can't fix. Actually, that's not the first one that's come off. A couple of them have come off. They've been bumped by things and they are very brittle, so if you've got one of the Ferris wheels, be very careful with it. Okay, this guy's just stopped. Why? Looks all right. Try again. There we go. Yes, so that's the track with its guardrail in place. Now it's time to go to town with some of this grey stuff here. I think we'll do the edge first and then continue on from there. Okay, I've laid down my first lot of ballast. Well, actually it'll probably be my first and only lot of ballast because we're running out already, but I've mixed in some darker coloured ballast that I had in a little packet amongst the railway stuff. Give it a bit of texture, so probably put some glue down, or I might do some ground cover and just spray glue it from orbit. But that's looking really good already. Love the texture of that. Fantastic. Okay, to kick off, I've created my basic ground cover, sprinkling some of this desert yellow grass from this one here, Coarse Turf, Woodland Scenics, and also just a little pinch of the green fine turf here and there. And I've mixed up my glue mixture, half glue, half water, few drops of isopropanol alcohols, and you just pour it on there. I didn't use a syringe this time. Just very carefully poured it into place, let it spread. I'll give it a little bit more. Now, once this all dries, I'll have a better idea of where the patches are that need filling. So once that's sorted itself out, I'm going to add some more of, look at this mess, good grief, some more of the dead grass. So I'll glue on some clumps here and there, make it fairly bushy, but actually I won't do that until I get all the pieces in place. That's what I'll do. I'll put the pieces in place and then I'll fit this around it to suit. So we're actually getting somewhere. Now, I won't do this side of the road today, but I need to get some more ballast to do the edge of this. And I might do some fine rocks through here. I might raid the garden. Not my garden, somebody else's. Yeah, I'll have to put on my balaclava and do that in the middle of the night. I'm joking. I'll do it in broad daylight. God, what do you think I am? Okay, mixing up my mixture. That's what you do with a mixture, isn't it? You mix it. Mixing my mixture. Yeah. It's looking good. Oh, and yeah, I just ran into one of those light poles I just mentioned some time ago. So I'm putting some of this on this side of the road too, I've decided. And if I get a chance, I'll race out to the nearest hobby store and get some more grey or mixed grey coarse ballast to run a strip up here. But I think this will help. This will look good in place with this just over here. I'm not sure what to put in between here. Small rocks, I think. I might have to just buy some scenery type ones, because none of the neighbours have anything that fine. No, I did look, but this is pretty good. So we'll get this mixed up and get that in. I think I might continue it on underneath the flyover there for a little bit as well. Just, oh, that's coming apart. Yeah, I'll just take it as far as I can. I might even bring it all the way around to there. Yeah, why not? That's good. I've got plenty of this stuff. That'll be good. We'll get that done. See you in a second. Okay, slot car adventurers, all those of you who are still here, it's taken a while. Well, I did warn you that this would be an epic episode. Lots of work here, and I'm doing it in a record time. There's easily a couple of weeks worth of work here condensed into a couple of days. My God. But anyway, that bit's down there. I've left a little gap for the mixed grey that I will get either in the next couple of days or at another time. I've gone all the way through under there. I sprinkled a little bit of green here and there. It looks pretty cool. Ties in with the trees. Very nice. And our area for this installation is all pretty much covered, so I think it looks pretty cool. Like I said, once the things are in place, then we'll glue down the tufts of dead grass to complement it and finish it off. Over here, this has been moistened, doused in glue, so it's now drying. That's going to look quite good. Overall, it needed it. I think that's going to look quite successful all around here. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is around here, because I had to get rid of those big rubbery, blocky, fake barrels that the 124 cars were getting stuck on. I've taken that away, given us more real set here, but I saw a little picture on one of the social pages, one of the slot car groups, and the guy had taken those tyres, where are they? And he'd sliced these in half and had them sitting around there, and I thought that's very, very Aussie. Very, very Aussie raceway. So I like it. I'm going to do a little semicircle of them here, and I'm going to paint them red and white. Or red and yellow? No, red and white, and glue them into position. So I'm going to do that right now. You don't need to see me actually do it. I'll just come back as we're installing them. Okay, give me a moment. Okay, back again. Remembering that I am actually running out of time. I'm really running out of time. It's Thursday night. I think it's about 9 p.m. Man, I've already done one all-nighter. Maybe I should do another. Maybe not tonight. But yeah, I'm not going to paint them. And now that I've put them in, I thought I'd paint them after. But I'm liking them just like plain rubber. So just let them sit amongst the glue mix. They'll dry overnight. That's looking terrific. Might put another one. I'm using this as my spacer. Get in there. And another one here. Brilliant. All done, I think. Look at that. I say, look at that, and you already are. You're looking at the screen, aren't you? Isn't that a dumb saying? Look at that. Yeah, Shane, we already are, mate. It's a video. You look at them. Yeah, well, look at that. That's terrific. I absolutely love that. That's very, very raceway-ish. A feature that my layout has been lacking, I think. So I really like that. Now, what I am going to do is I'll add some more substantial glue later, because you can see they're going to tend to be knocked and come out. Boy, they look terrific. But I'm going to actually have a tyre wall here, and these ones are going to be stacked on top of one another, and they will be painted, because black on black you won't really see them. We want them to contrast. So they'll sort of start about here and end up over here, and I'll super glue those in place. But that's a nifty little feature. I'm really happy with that. Very, very happy. Well, there we are. I've already started to put things in place. Yeah, I think this is going to look pretty good. So what I'll do at this point, it's just a matter of putting things in place and then throwing on a little bit of grass here and there. I think let's do a big reveal type thing like we did with the Ferris wheel. Oh, something went crunch. What was that? Oh, he came off second best again. There you go, buddy. So, yeah, this is looking pretty cool. What we'll do right this moment is I've got a special layout to show you. This is another Australian slot car enthusiast. He's posted quite a number of posts on the magnetic racing community Facebook page, and I left a message saying, mate, I'd like to feature you on the show, on the channel, and he was very happy to. He sent me a bunch of photos. You got to see this layout, very lush. So let's go to the final, or the final at least for this season, the final subscriber spotlight. Wait till you see this one. Wow, what an amazing layout there. Lance has done some incredible work, and I tell you what, one day I'm going to get out there to Broken Hill and pay him a visit and have a go. It looks amazing. And I've now got to follow that with my big reveal. What a hard act to follow. Yeah, so folks, here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for, the typical Hughes Garage big reveal. Here's my Mad Max exhibit. I hope you enjoy the result.
So there you go, Slot Car Adventurers, all done. Wasn't that an epic episode? Wow. Now, I got some thank yous here. I had to write them down. There's quite a few. So there's Aussies Brian Jarrett, Dick Garrett, and of course Dave Volk, who all chipped in, gave me some pointers. Dave, of course, created the Jumbotron frame and the barrels and the little witches' hats, etc. Couldn't have done it without Dave. Thanks, Dave. Also, Raoul from Conquest Racing gave me some extra tips on some of the Warhammer style painting. As you can see on the car stand, it's all pretty messed up. I think it looks the part. Who else? Oh, Slot Car Wildman gave me some tips on painting. I didn't quite use them. On the dog, he suggested using a toothpick to get the finer detail. I ran out of time. The dog is okay, but quite frankly, it looks like he was outside during the nuclear apocalypse. He's all messed up. Oh dear. We'll probably improve as time goes on. And of course, a huge thank you to Boone from Boone's Slot Car Garage, who spoke with me at length, and we discussed how to approach this car wreck. I didn't quite get some of the things done, but look, it looks quite okay. We could always revisit it in the future, but I think I got there. I think it got over the line. Looks great. This is, of course, instantly my favourite corner in the layout. Very pleased with it. I hope you enjoyed it. And that's it for this episode, season, the whole bit. I'm going to take a little break now, and I'll see you guys at some point with some more Hughes Garage Slot Car Adventures.